Making headlines, the company decided to reverse its initial decision and release The Interview in select theaters and online. The controversial movie is about an assassination plot on North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. They made the movie after Sony systems were hacked, emails released, and a threat of a 9/11 type attack, warning the company not to release the movie. Federal investigators pointed their fingers at North Korea, saying the country was behind that attack. Well, days later, North Korea's internet was shut down, leading to the question, is cyber war the warfare of the 21st century? Bree's nervous about it. She wrote on Twitter, "I hope we don't get in a cyber war with North Korea. Cyber war is a lot worse than it sounds." Joining us to discuss the issues of cybersecurity and cyber war, Republican Congressman Pat Meehan, chairman of the House Homeland Security Subcommittee's Committee on Cybersecurity. Congressman, first off, was this an act of war or just cyber vandalism?
Well, I don't think I would call it an act of war, but it certainly was. The president called it cyber vandalism. I think you'd call it cyber terrorism, to the extent that people have been influenced in their activity. You know, the free nature of us being able to have our thoughts put forward being dictated by somebody from North Korea. So I would call that an act of terrorism.
Okay, we want to get to a few more tweets. Nate writes, "What I still don't get is how it led to a mini cyber war, like it's a stoner movie. Chill out, North Korea." And then this one from Josh. "So North Korea can make propaganda films criticizing our culture, but we make one and start a cyber war. Hashtag double standards. Hashtag Merry Christmas." And finally, this one from Arturu. "I wonder if North Korea actually think they can win a cyber war against the U.S. Your response, it seems like people think it still is a cyber war.
Well, this is more than just simply the threats about the movie. They went inside Sony and actually took over the system, shut down the computers in a way which was more aggressive than anything we have seen in quite some time. So the fact that and then the information that was taken was extensive, 10 terabytes of information, more than 10 times of all of the information that's in the Library of Congress. So as a result, there was a great deal of theft, and the influence on the organization was very, very significant, much greater than simply the threat to carry out further acts if the film was shown.
Okay, and finally, earlier this week, Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman released a statement saying, "I am extending an offer to screen The Interview in the U.S. Capitol facilities. Screening The Interview will demonstrate the U.S. Congress's support of the freedom of speech. This is about our right to live without fear and knowing that our values will not be compromised by the idle threats of a despotic regime. Good or bad, Americans should not be deprived of the opportunity to see the movie." Your thoughts on this, and do you plan to see the movie?
Well, the nice thing is that the movie has been put out and Americans are seeing it. I don't know that I'm going to watch it. You know, it seems like a little bit of a silly comedy to me, but that's not the point. The larger issue is the recognition that this is something that is free speech that's being dictated by the North Koreans, and that's not something that we can have.
Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time this morning.
Always great to be with you. Thank you for having me.